Hello, my friends. It's Margot, and I hope that all is well with you. Today, the lighting might be a little bit weird. The sun decided to do a dance this morning, literally right when I decided to start filming. And I'm okay with that because let's bring on the sun, like for real, it's fine. Here in Oregon, we have what's called January. Maybe that's everywhere. I don't know if that's just like an Oregon thing, but January is basically like January weather in June, and it's kind of gloomy and kind of bleh. So I will take the sun, and hopefully you guys are okay with it kind of coming in and out through that window there, because we like sun. We need sunlight. All right, anyway, today we are going to be making beautiful, absolutely stunning dopamine colored tags using clothing tags. Now, could you do this with just cardstock? Yes. Are we going to? No, because I like to use garbage or things that we're typically going to just throw out and repurpose them as much as possible. So I have done this in a couple different steps, so you don't have to sit here and watch paint dry. But what I did is I went through and I've just been saving all the clothing tags that I have accumulated over the past month or so. These are from my husband's closet. And I'm going to show you how I turn these into just beautiful little ephemera tags that I put in my journals and use as bookmarks and just do a whole bunch of fun things with them. Okay, so to get started, what I like to do is use gesso, and this just gives you like a nice background to paint on, because maybe you don't want this navy blue showing through here. Sometimes I like to have the patterns come through a little bit, like on this Von Dutch, on this Von Dutch tag. I just left it so it was a little sheer, more transparent, because I just think it's going to look cool. But you can just cover up all this print if you want by using gesso. Now, if you don't have gesso, don't worry about it. You could just use white paint, or really any paint. Like, let's say you wanted to make the tag hot pink because everything needs to be pink. You could just go in with the hot pink probably and do that to cover everything up. But I just do this because that's what I do. And also, don't be precious about the brush strokes. I actually find that I like it to be kind of chunky and mismatched like that. Here, you can see the size of the clothes I wear. I'm what was that? A tall large. I wear large. I am a tall girl. Oh, by the way, the Victoria's Secret underwear tags, I think that's what this one was. They're my favorite. They're the best because they're kind of this long, unusual shape. Really fun to put in smaller journals, just like in a little tuck pocket. And you can just leave the hole, because like they've got the hole punched already, and put some threads or some little smaller, thinner streamers coming through. Ribbons, like our plastic fabric ribbons. Look at me, I'm making a huge mess right out the gate on my fingers, but that's okay. So yeah, so you do that and you just put it aside and let it dry for just a little bit. I always use these bubble wrap mailers, like I cut them up. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's video, because when you get all those layers of paint on them, it's really cool looking. I mean, you could use that as a journal cover. You could cut that up and make like pockets with it, maybe stamp on it. And you've got this really, like, look here, this really cool texture with all these different paint designs. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so got my tea. I went to the post office this morning to drop off some orders. So thank you for your orders very, very much. And anytime I go to the post office, I have to get myself a little Starbucks. It's my treat. So these I already primed, as you can see here. What I will do first is, before we do the stenciling, I will go in with a color that I want as the main background color. And for this one, I'm switching things up today. I almost reached for the hot pink, but I'm going to go with this kind of deep jewel tone teal. It's giving 90s vibes. Oh, please tell me I cleaned this brush. It's a little stiff. Man, my paintbrushes, they take a beating. Okay, so let's do this. Ooh, she pretty. That's a pretty jewel tone. And see, I'm thinking this will look really nice with either like a purple stencil and maybe some white like ombre effects going with it. This one, let's do another teal because maybe I could use these on the same journal spread. That's just beautiful. Look at that. This is the shuttle art paints that I get on Amazon, and this time I will remember to link them below. I didn't do that yesterday, and one of you let me know, so thank you for that. But these are just kind of like cheapy paints, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like I seriously am not throwing shade at the company. I don't believe that. Oh, here comes the sun. Ah. But they are not like artist grade. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just good for playing with and doing some mixed media. And I love them. And you get a lot in a set too. I want to say like 20 or 30. Now for these, let's kind of keep it within that color story. Like this is a jewel tone magenta. Let's do that. Have I opened this one? Also, if you are a paint manufacturer, can we normalize making paint containers a little easier to open? Like there's like, and I get it. Like when you ship stuff, yeah, you probably, let me get a new brush. You probably need to make sure the paint doesn't spill everywhere. I get that, but good Lord, they are so hard to open. You got to get your fingernail under that little lid, that little cap. I will not use a knife. I was tempted to on one of them to just try to pop it off, but I was like, nope, because that's going to go sideways. Let's do this one, magenta too. And yeah, they're just, it's like pill bottles. Remember how hard pill bottles were to open? I mean, they still kind of are to a certain degree. My husband gets like all these supplements and stuff. He's on a health kick. They're so hard to open. It's like, we're not children. I mean, we are. We're adult children, but I get it. Okay, I'll get off my my high horse there. So let's set these aside to dry. And let's do another round. These are fun. Look how nice and big these are. And like I said, if they get a little chunky on the bottom with the paint, totally fine. Totally fine. Go with it. Just go with it. Let's do neon for these, shall we? Yes, let's do it. Let me get another brush here. As I'm doing this, I realized I probably should have brought another water vessel out because that's gonna get filthy. That's why I'm going through so many paintbrushes. Man, this sun, hold on, let me look at the frame. Can you guys still see? It's a little shadowy, isn't it? But hopefully it's all right. Ooh, look at that neon. I don't do a lot of editing on my videos, as you can probably tell. I just kind of shoot real life, like as it is. Oh, see, there goes the sun. Because, like, there's a time and place for the highly curated videos where everything is, like, aesthetic and whatnot. But, I don't know, sometimes I'm in the mood to watch things that are real and raw. And I'm not saying they're not real. You guys know what I mean. And I hope you enjoy this format, too. Of course, Mo is back there right behind me, licking his feet. So he says hi. You can probably hear him. Ooh, look at that paint. See, I actually left some of the orange on the brush there because that looks cool. It's almost like a hot coral now because I did that. Yes, yes. Whoo. I am working on another little journal project behind the scenes that I'll probably bring on camera too, because why not? And it's like Y2K themed, and I am bringing all the colors from that era and patterns too. Actually, I'm talking. Well, this is that's too similar. Let's do blue. I'm doing animal print. I'm doing sparkles. I'm doing the bright colors, the jewel tones, the silver, because like everything was silver at like right at the Y2K turn, like when things were all futuristic kind of. Everyone was like, oh, it's Y2K, it's the future. So yeah, it's so fun to work with nostalgic colors, or colors that just take you back to a certain point in time. For me, because I'm an 80s baby, I can go with the 80s color palettes, the 90s, the 2000s. 2010s was fun. 2010s was fun. I was a single girl. I was out, you know, in the club, living my best life. But what colors were from that time? I think it was neons made a comeback, wasn't it? Yeah, because we were all wearing those chunky statement necklaces, and they had bright colors, and like we were wearing our skinny jeans and pastel like coral and turquoise. Yeah, that was a fun time too. Maybe I should do a 2010s journal project, or just all the eras would be fun. All right, let's I should have, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna do some fancy editing here. I'm gonna pause the video, let these tags dry, and then come back and we'll do the stenciling next. So yeah, watch me do this fast, fancy editing. Michael Bay, whoop! Hi, I'm back. I lied, actually. While I was pausing the camera, I was like, wait a minute, I have all this extra paint over here. I don't want that to go to waste. And I realized I had these tissue papers already pre-cut, ready to go, just sitting in my pile of never-ending stuff over there. So let's use this paint and make some pretty papers that we can use, and we'll cover them with Mod Podge so it becomes like plastic. Let's do that so it doesn't go to waste. So I'm just gonna use a sponge and get kind of crazy with this one. I'm not gonna rub it around because I'm afraid that green and orange is gonna make like a mooky brown, and I don't want that. Let's just do kind of like a paint splatter effect, like this. These sponges, by the way, are amazing. I think they're meant for pottery, but they work so good for just doing stuff like this, and they clean up so well. Like the paint just comes right on off. Okay, that's enough for that one. Let's set her aside over here. And bring out another. I think I might have some pink tissue paper that I pre-cut somewhere. Maybe not. I promise you, I did clean up my art room a bit. It's still a little meh. I need to figure out how to store a lot of the art supplies that I'm beginning to accumulate now, because since I started YouTube, I want to try out different things so I can make good recommendations for you guys. And honestly, right now, they're just kind of stacked in the corner over there in a very unglamorous fashion. So maybe if I get like a cart, or maybe I can find like a bookshelf on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. I need to figure that out. How do you guys organize your craft room, or do you? Or are you like me and there's just stuff everywhere? Piles. Oh, by the way, one of the other reasons I love using these bubble wrap mailers, like here, can you see? Sometimes the texture of the bubbles comes through like this in the lines, and it creates this really cool kind of pattern effect. So that's just a nice little happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. I discovered it. Well, I probably didn't. I'm sure lots of other people have. That was a pretty piece, by the way. I love that blue and pink and teal. And never really thought of putting teal in with that color combo. Let's do that again. Hey, maybe get some orange on there. Let's do more circles like this. Oh, see? Oh, see? It's coming through there. That's cute. That's so cute. Oh, the paint's running out, I can tell. It's okay. If I'm shaking the camera and it looks like I'm having an earthquake right now, I'm so sorry. It's just because I'm pressing down kind of hard with the sponge. But I do know a lot of you guys watch me in the background when you're doing stuff, so maybe it doesn't matter. This is pretty. Why is this giving impressionist art to me with like the dots coming through? Oh, that would be beautiful for like a candy themed thing. That's a technical term. Or even like galaxy. That was big back in the 2010s, actually. the whole galaxy thing. I think I had a pair of leggings with a galaxy print on them. Not even ashamed to say that. That one's pretty. And then I've got one more. I've got some paint left. Yeah. Let's push it to the limit. Let's push her to the limit. Where's another sponge here? This one might just be pure magenta. Let's see. Oh, she's run out. She's run out. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to cheat. I'm just cheating. I'm going to add a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and then maybe some teal, because we're doing it. We're just going to do it like that. Make kind of an ombre effect. Oh, that's a interesting little pattern, isn't it? What is that? Like a C? Let's kind of go in different directions to make it look interesting. And last little bit there. Yeah, see, this is going to look sick when it dries, and then we put some stencils on top of it. How fun. How freaking fun. Okay, cool. Now I feel better about the fact that I'm using up the paint. You don't stick to that. Get on up there. Look at this. Woo, look. That is so cute. It really does not take much to make me happy, especially these days. It really doesn't. How are we doing with our tags? Are they dry? Are they dry enough? Let's see. These might be dry and they're just that glossy paint. Yeah, well, yeah, let me wait a little bit more. Okay, this time I will come back when they are dry, I promise. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. How you doing? I just know there was someone in the comments like, use a hairdryer, use a hairdryer. Well, I did, and I don't know why I didn't think of that. Judge me. So yeah, I used a hairdryer just on a very low cold setting to kind of speed this process up a little bit. And let's have fun with putting stencils on top of these, shall we? Let's start with the big ones because I already know how I want to use these in a journal spread. And by the way, I haven't done the backs yet. I'm probably not going to do that in this video because most likely I'm going to put some kind of paper, like lined paper to write on, or just maybe a pattern paper. Like, what would be cute? I don't have any up here, but do you know what I mean? So it's going to be a total juxtaposition. Like the front is going to be all bright and crazy, and then the back is going to be more subtle and used for actual journaling. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's use this. And I'm already thinking I want to use the neon green because I've been doing this color combination on a bunch of other stuff. And it's beautiful. It's just kind of wet. Hold on. I just washed my sponges and I don't mind when they're wet, but I do find that it thins the paint down a little bit, and I like chunky paint. I like it chunky. And let's go in and see. See, because then you get like bubbles and texture, and I want that. This is just so summer to me, this color combination. It's giving Miami Beach in the 90s. Whoa! Are you so serious? Look how cute, you guys. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful, if I may say so myself. Let's put this over here so it can dry. Let's use the same pattern again because they look like hibiscus flowers to me. I just completely wiped neon green paint on my face, and that's okay. Let's do the yellow. This is such a highlighter yellow. And hold on. Excuse me. Yes, the allergies are still here, in case anyone was wondering. In case anyone was wondering. A little bit better today, though. Ooh, this is pretty. This is going to be beautiful, I think. Look. Oh. See, to me, when you do this yellow on the blue background, it reminds me of fireflies. I went to school in Ohio, and that was the first time I've ever seen fireflies like out in the wild for real. And that just brings up that memory for me. That is a core memory that was just unlocked. Okay, let's do green again for the orange. How many people from Ohio are out there, actually, just out of curiosity? Actually, where are you watching from? I would love to know how far these videos go, how far they reach. I am in Oregon, in case I didn't say that in this video. I am in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. I was born and raised here, but I did go to school at Kent State in Ohio. Okay, she's my favorite. Look at this. Can you see? Look, hold on. How do I pick this up? That's my favorite. Oh man, out of all the ones we've done so far, that is my fave. Okay, now let's do the long one. Yeah, let's do another long one. Now I did jewel tone on this. I'm still gonna go in with hot pink, with this kind of hot magenta, because I think that's gonna be gorgeous. Like that. I'm trying so hard not to sniffle on camera because I think that's annoying. Let's do the brick pattern. This is another one of my favorites. And you can see it's got some paper stuck to it. Do we care? No, not at all. Not at all. Let's get a new sponge. There might be a little yellow on there, and that's fine. Now, if your tags kind of bow up like this one's doing, just flatten them out with some books, some heavy books or something, and leave it for like 24 hours. Oh, look. That's stunning. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a contender for my favorite so far. Yeah, that's pretty. I might do another brick on this little one here. Well, let's do a different color. Let's do the pink one and do the bricks in orange. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to use the same sponge because maybe some of that pink will come up on it. Completely just went off the tag on that last one. I'm going to try to cover the whole thing. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. It got a little meh there. That's all right. That's okay. I do like the pink and orange. They can't all be bangers. They can't all be bangers. So then on this color, let's not do orange. Let's do blue. Let's do blue. I'm going to use the same one because I have free will. And I do what I want. Oh, this is kind of like rainbow. Just do it lightly there. That's kind of cool. That's very grungy almost, like graffiti style. Where are you? There you are. Wow, that one's cute. And then last but not least, shall we use a different stencil for the last one? Let's do it. Oh yes, look at this one. Animal print. Bam. Pink. When in doubt, pink. When in doubt, always pink. Get a nice little glob going there. I'm going to try to make this one pretty chunky. I'm going to try. Let's use a different sponge. Oh, she's kind of wet. Let's do this one. Wow. Ooh, that's nice. Did I just rub on that? It's okay. I just pulled that up a little bit there. That's okay. That's pretty. That's so beautiful. So here, let me set up all the ones we've made so far, and we can kind of see which ones are our favorites. Like here's the little ones. Let's put these together, and we'll let these babies dry. And I will go use the hairdryer. Man, this video is giving me a fast lesson in video editing. I don't think I have ever had to do like a stop and start style video since I rebooted this channel. Oh, see, and now that I'm learning how to do edits, I want to like put stars or like rainbows in between the takes for you. Just kidding, I won't do that. Actually, I might. No promises. But I am going to learn really fast how to do some edits. Okay, let's go put these under the hairdryer and come back and make some beautiful tags. Okay, I am back, and these little babies are very much dry now. I can't with these. Look at these two. Look, as Gen Z would say, these are sending me. Sending me, so we're going to start with them. And we are going to give them a pretty border. So let's start with this one. Now, my go-to border is usually using Posca pens, Posca markers, and I like to just make very basic shapes. So for this one, I'm going to do little triangles like this. I can go all the way around like that. And let's do smaller ones at the top, because you can do whatever you want. And I'm going to try to mirror it as closely as possible to that side. And we're going to go in with the pen and color these in too. So it will be a solid black. Like that. Okay, and we'll set that one aside. And let's do this one. I don't want to do black with this because that's going to go Halloween on me, I think. Instead, let's do purple. Purple and green and orange. Maybe it sounds weird, but I think it's beautiful. Purple is like one of those colors that I feel like a lot of people don't use as much as they should. Let's do the same border again. I kind of like it. This is a little more opaque, this pen, than I thought it was, because it's not a Posca pen. This is one of those neon art ship. Wow, that sounds like I'm saying something else. YouTube, I'm not. Please don't flag me for adult content. It's a ship as in a boat. This is the most unhinged video I think I've done to date. Oh man. I hope you're here for it, because I am. Usually it's Wednesday's videos where I'm like this, but no, it's today. We got an early start. Excuse me. Good Lord. Okay, that is almost turning like burgundy on me, and that's okay. Then it's more like a tiki lounge, like 60s color palette, as opposed to neon purple, which is what it was supposed to be. That's okay. I want to do black on this one. And on this, because we've got the round of the stencils, I'm going to do a round, kind of a scalloped little edge like this. Like so. Now it's raining, by the way. It's like all seasons in a day out here. And then next week, like this is boring, I know, but next week it's going to be in the 90s already. And that's gross. Like we don't want that. We just want like a nice cool 75 degrees. We'll be just fine. Thank you. And I want to do, let's do the same thing, the scalloped for this. Okay, see now the sun's out. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it started snowing. In fact, I think they did get snow up at the mountains not too long ago. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I'm glad I did that kind of design. That's going to be really pretty. And let's do this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah. What is that phrase? One trick pony. That's what it's giving right now, because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Ooh, try not to draw on yourself. Like this. I think I've got some more Posca pens coming in the mail, because I've been using these a lot, especially the white. The white, you have to be really precious with it, because if you go on top of something that's not secure, like it's not a locked-in medium, it's more like a water-based, that nib will pick it up, and then the next time you go to use it, instead of white, it'll be like yellow. And then for this one, let's do polka dots. So you guys don't think that I'm just like a one-trick pony. Let's do polka dots, and then we'll color in the inside of the dots with a different color. That's cute. That's pretty cute. This is going to be such a long video now that I think about it. I hope that's okay. If you're still here, if you are still here and watching, you already know what that means. That means you are a bestie. We are best friends. I don't make the rules. That's just what that means. So let me know, drop a comment, and tell me if you're here, because you'd be surprised. Like the vast majority of people usually only watch YouTube's like a third of the way through, if that. I have a pretty good watch time thanks to all of you. Thank you for that. It really helps the channel grow. And it tells YouTube that my stuff is interesting, which I hope it is. Is that coming through? Hold on. So yeah, it's so interesting to see on the back end all the analytics, I think they're called, the statistics. Man, nothing is private anymore, I'll tell you that. I mean, I don't have like personal information, but what is it? YouTube or Google owns YouTube. So it's pretty detailed with what they do know about all of us. Don't know if I love that. Okay, so this one, I don't know if I'm going to color in all these with you guys because like we'll be here forever and ever and ever. Let's do this one. And then we'll make it pretty together. We'll do one full finished tag together because I want to show you these cute little ephemera die cuts I just made. I'm not selling them. I might, like if you guys want them, I will totally put together a few packs and just put them on Etsy. But they are illustrations that I did, well, at various points of time, to be honest. I did them a couple years ago. And then I actually went back and looked at some of the stuff I did in the early 2000s, some illustrations, and I pulled those and made them into die cuts. And I think they're so fun. And one thing about me, so like I mentioned, I went to school in Ohio, in Kent State, at Kent State. And my background is in fashion, specifically fashion merchandising, although I did do a couple years of design until I realized that I didn't love to sew. I was like, wait a minute, if I become a big-time fashion designer, doesn't that mean I can have people sew for me? Like, can I hire people that just sew? But no, you were supposed to learn how to do it, and I get that. But I wasn't very good at sewing. I still am not very good at sewing. I wish I was. I really do, because I would make so many dresses for myself. Anyway, I learned how to do fashion illustration. That was fun. That being said, even though I am trained in fashion, I still to this day struggle with drawing people. That's why if you go to my store and you look through like my illustrations, like my greeting cards and my stationery and stuff, you really don't see many people. It's more just like little critters and flowers and like kind of fun, cute things, because people are tough. I mean, you got to get those proportions down just right in order for the person to look right. Like the arm has to be at a certain length with the hip and the foot and all the hand. It's just crazy. And then for fashion illustration, and I don't know if this has changed because this was way back in like 2000, 2001. They were encouraging us to make our illustrations, well, obviously much taller than like the normal person. I mean, that's pretty standard in the fashion industry. Models are tall, but they wanted specifically the legs to be not proportionally accurate. So the legs always had to be super long. And I need to do some research. I wonder if that has changed a little bit with like the whole body positivity movement. And I hope it has, because we didn't learn how to draw plus size or just normal size. I shouldn't say normal. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. You know what I mean. Straight size, I think, is the name. I myself am considered plus size. So So there, you can't come for me. But yeah, I had to kind of teach myself how to draw different body types and then figure out how clothing would sit on different figures because they didn't teach us that. The other thing that's really hard to do is faces. And I spent a couple years trying to teach myself how to do portraits, and I gave up because I was like, nope, the eyes are too close together, the mouth is too small, the nose is shaped weird. I just was like, nope. Okay, so let's go in and put some color on that border. And I am thinking I want to do pink. Who's shocked? We're going to use one of the neon paint pens here. Ooh, that's nice. This one's really nice and opaque. Look. Look at that. That's pretty. And these dry pretty fast too. I would say they don't dry as fast as like the Posca. But they do their job. And I think this is the same brand that makes the neon paints that we use like all the time. I know a couple of you guys pick those up. So let me know how you like them. Look how pretty. Let me know what you think. For this one, I'm gonna do teal. A nice teal blue, almost a turquoise. Put those in there. I might actually go back over those once it dries to make it pop a little more. You can do that. You can layer your markers just to make the colors a little more vibrant. Got a little wonky there. That's okay. If I put this in a journal, that's going to be tucked into a little pocket anyway, so no one's going to see it except me. And I don't care. I don't care. That's fun. That's pretty like that. And let's just do one more. Let's do the little one. Let's do orange. And I forget if I liked this orange neon, if it was very vibrant. Have I even used this? Yeah, I have. Let's see. Oh, that's good. It's got a nice kind of highlighter orange to it. That's pretty. Now, if you make the scallops bigger, let's say you're working on a larger sized piece of paper, you can make little flowers in here. I've done that. Do I have it available? I did that on, where is it? Where is it? Here, actually. Can you kind of see? You just go around the dot with more dots and you make yourself like little abstract daisies. Kind of fun. Gives some more interest and color to your piece. Very easy to do. Just wait until the center dot dries until you do that. Otherwise it's going to pick it up and then it's going to be a big old mess. That's pretty. Ooh, I love this color combination. Look. The teal, the pink, the black, and the orange. That's gorgeous. Now, let's have some fun with this. I'm gonna get some tea. Oh, that's too hot. That needs to cool down. Okay, so these are the little girls I was telling you about. Look. Okay, hold on. Look. Look. So yeah, I drew these. I made them into die cuts. I just used my Cricut. Hold on, where's the other girl? There's a bunch. This one kind of looks like me. I didn't even do that on purpose. Like, this is me. This is me now. But I thought that it might be fun to put them on here. Like, is she cute there? Oh, she's cute there. She's cute there. Look, with the pants and the pink. And then here, let's see. Will she fit there? She's she's a tall one. Hold on. I've got different sizes of different lengths. Because I made like little ones and bigger ones. Or maybe she would work. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is literally a vintage illustration. I did this back in the early 2000s. Yes. Okay, yes, her and her little bucket hat are gonna go there. Maybe. Do I like this? Hold on, let me see how she looks there. Oh, she's better. She is better. And I'm gonna keep her elbows kind of coming off. Look, that's hot. As Mother Paris Hilton would say, that's hot. That's hot. Okay, and then maybe on this little one here, still kind of dry. Let me move these up here. Why don't we put a fun little word? So I've got these. I pre-cut these a couple days ago. I've got whatever, queen. That might be actually really cute. That's a nice size. Yes, we're going to do that. And I'm going to distress it because I can do what I want. And you can too. So let me grab my little distressy thing here and my ink and try not to hit the camera for you guys. That's so cute. Here comes the sun again. Just a little distressing because otherwise it's just boring. You know what I mean? Like it's just a white thing pasted on. We want it to look funky like that. And then honestly, what I'll probably do off camera, because it will take a long time to dry, I don't think you can really speed it up that much, is go around with puffy paint with glitter and then just make that pop out with sparkles, because sparkles is another one of my favorite colors. Okay, let's secure them to the tag. Do we want to use glue? No, let's use our little scrapbooky roller thing. Let's do that and put her in there. Now this thing has been really temperamental for me lately, so it's nice to see it's working. Do this. I hope that glare from the sun isn't too crazy for you. Let's do this right there. Yeah. So that way we can have some streamers coming up the top. Isn't she fantastic? Here, can you see? I'm trying to get it so the shadow. She is just everything to me, and she is too. I actually had a shirt just like this in college with the big cherry on it. I think I got it from Delia's. That's a throwback for all my fellow millennials. Remember the Delia's catalog? Yeah, let's bring that back. Let's bring that back with sizes for people who are perimenopausal and menopausal. Please. Because I don't know where to shop right now. Like, where are we shopping? Let's put her down just a little bit here. Yes, queen. Yes. Look. Look, I'm so excited about these, you guys. Oh, they're so cute. Let's put this one down. It's giving you go, girl. Whoops, that's the wrong size. Yes. And I'm probably going to play around and put some more of these girls on the tags later today. Like that. Friggin' so cute. Are you so serious? Let's just do one more. Let's just do one more because I want to. Just because you're here, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, hold on. Where's the little girl with the bucket hat? Here she is. Is she going to fit on here? No, she's too big. No, she's too big. Okay, we're going to stop there. I was being a little overly ambitious. It's fine. Yeah, let's do that. And then off camera, and I think just later today, I'm going to cut out some of my plastic ribbons and make these all cute. And I'll probably put those in as a thumbnail so you can kind of see what the final result is. All right, you guys, that's going to do it. This is a long video. This was a journey we took together. we did edits, we did painting, we did hair drying, we did it all together. And I am so grateful you're here with me. So if you made it this far, like I said, drop a comment, and I guess I will see you tomorrow in the next video. All right, my friends, take it easy. Bye.